Hey guys, it's Max again, and welcome to another edition of Football Manager Memories. This episode is probably one of many documenting FM14. This was home to my famous Sheffield United save, so yeah, there's going to be probably a full episode dedicated to that because that was a hell of a journey, the longest save I've ever had. So we start off with this one. This one was a bit of a strange one. So it seems here, the file name is called Rangers, so I was at Rangers at one point, and then I left to go to Brighton, and it seems that Brighton was fighting to get into the Premier League, was in a decent position, and it's just when I look back at some of the signings, I was only here 6 months, I was Romania manager as well, so God knows how that came about, but when I look at the signings straight away, just quickly go to transfer history. Ravel Morrison on loan, Mark Albrighton in the free, bizarrely in October, so it's quite a strange time for him to be a free agent, but Neil Etheridge, Tom Kearney, Rob Hall from Celtic. It just seems like a lot of signings that I would normally make attacking that Scottish market. But it's not really the team I want to look at because, as I say, I was only here for 6 months. It was the Rangers team that I was at. I've not looked at this team. I can't remember it. So let's have a look. And just looking at the captain, I think I've got a wee idea of where this team was and what we'd done. So remember, were Rangers still a Premier League side here, or is this after they had been relegated to the bottom tier? Let's have a wee quick look. Right, so this was one they were in, yep, so they were coming up through all the leagues, so this is going to be interesting. Very, very interesting actually. So let's have a look then. So we actually managed them, so that's 6 seasons were there. So first season in the lowest tier, I want to say, let's just click on Harry Maguire. He's the big signing we'd made. They didn't have a lot of money, but so we're in the. So we started in League One. That's cool. So we didn't start in the bottom tier. Apologies, the second bottom tier. So we got a bit of money, and I just invested that all in Harry Maguire. So straight away, I knew that Big Slabhead was going to be successful. We brought him in. Also brought in Ross Barber from Kilmarnock, who was meant to be highly rated, but it just never really happened for him. Stevie May, we'll remember Stevie May now at Aberdeen. He's went on to Leeds United. He was good back then. Chris Boyd, I just wanted to poach us. I don't think any signed them. In fact, were Rangers under a transfer ban then? Don't think they were. And Chris Johnson, again, someone who was really, really highly rated in the old FM, really highly rated in real life, who's just had a terrible, terrible run of injuries, playing himself down the Scottish lower leagues. But there's a few times in real life, he tore Motherwell apart. So it's quite interesting looking back at it. You got up to the Championship. Some of these players, folk will go, alright, cool. So we had Kyle Bartley on loan, Sam Nicholson of probably Hearts, Lee Griffiths on loan from Wolves, brought in Will Johnson. I remember bringing in Will Johnson, he was really good. And then we signed him on a free, obviously in this 33 years of age, but he was just really good for just sitting in front of the back four and making stuff happen. David Cornell on loan from Swansea, Connor Newton of Newcastle. I always thought he was really good. It was never really happened for Connor Newton. I thought he was always destined to go to quite a decent level. John Flanagan on loan, Ben Amos, Phil Bardsley in a free. Isaac Cuenca was on a loan spell. How did he do for us? Can we check? He played 16 games and didn't score and didn't assist. So he was absolutely trash in the Championship. So something like that in the Championship. Daniel Agger in the Championship. It's mad to think of that. But yet we had Daniel Agger on loan. Ibrahim Afellay as well. And brought in Will Johnson on a permanent deal. Now, what I want to stress as well, I'm not 100% sure on this, because the loan signs are obviously happening out with the transfer window. I can't confirm for sure, but possibly, because we're in the Championship, is why we were able to conduct those kind of loan signings at those particular times. And somehow we made $1 million off of Sebastian Fuare, and we sold Chris Boyd to Turkey. So that's quite mad in itself. So you're thinking there, cool, but this is when the transfers start piling in, the return to the Premier League, when you have to make that instant impact to challenge Celtic. So straight away, Sonny from Elche, he was a defensive-minded player, actually looks pretty damn decent. Did he do much for me? I'm going to say no. 4 appearances on loan and then went back to Elche before going to Las Palmas. Luke Freeman came in from Dundee United. Anytime I use Luke Freeman, he's fantastic. I used to always try and nab him. on a free from Stevenage. So you can see there, he went to Dundee United, a decent year in the Premier League. We paid $1 million for him, and it was very, very good for us. Stephen Kingsley from Falkirk, now of Swansea. Dean Furman brought him back to the club. He also played for Rangers when he was a youngster. A couple of loan signings, Ryan McLaughlin, Nick Powell. Nick Powell ends up playing regularly for Liverpool, so not too bad in FM14. Scott Allen actually signed, contrast to real life, but yeah, Scott Allen now at Derby's reserves. Robbie Brady, 1.3 million. If I'm right in saying he was really good for us. Oh, hell of a good year, 4 goals and 5 assists. A second season where he got 18 assists, and eventually a £4.5 million move to Crystal Palace, again helping the club get finances to strengthen elsewhere. So Barry Bannon in loan, 220k for Dwight Yale, and he learned nothing. Huh, who would have thought that? I thought he would have been really good back then, but apparently not. Andy McNeil would have been a backup. Remy Street, did he actually play unlike real life? Because obviously in real life he didn't really play when he came in on loan. Yeah, he'd actually done well. 5 goals in 19 games for a centre back. Will Keane, I'm pretty sure Will Keane would have had a good loan spell yet. Well, concerning he's back in a permanent basis is probably why. You can see there, 27 appearances, 12 goals, 19, 18 and 12 goal seasons followed, and a 1 and 2 goal ratio this season. So he obviously, because I think it's before he'd done any cruciates, was really, really a strong player to bring in. Jack Hobbs, I remember him. Did he play for Liverpool when he was younger? I remember him, yep, certainly played for Liverpool. But we got a season out of him. So because you were trying to make that transition from the Scottish Championship to Premier League and to restore a Rangers team, you did have to bring in a lot of loans to strengthen up, because the money wasn't there. It took you a while to get back into Europe, back into the Champions League to get that. Atia Turan was always very, very highly rated as a left back. We got 6 games out of him. Surprised at that. Vito Manone, Ishmael Bozid, Jack McBean. Don't think done anything. Bob Skeppers. Did you do anything? Nah, not really. Made a profit on him though. Jan Muchka, Nicholas Lombard and Lukas Djukovic. I don't think Luka Djuk would have done much for me. 3 goals in 10 games. Literally signed because he used to play for Motherwell. In terms of outs, who made his money? Let's have a look. 3.6 million, Harry Maguire. So that was obviously a signing to try and make profit from. So now we're starting to get a few more bigger names. Lucas Piazon came in. Did he do much for us? Nope. 19 games, 3 goals, sold for 2 million. So he was very, very disappointing. Can't click on that guy, so he must have retired already. But Will Keane on a permanent basis. Jamie Murphy in. Murphy do much. Murphy was okay. It does seem like he did underperform. If I'm right in saying Murray Wallace and Moore was my centre back pairing, so it seems that Murray Wallace has kicked on. It was always interesting he went down, played in the Championship. I think he's Scunthorpe right now in real life. He was always one that was highly rated, and it's good to see that we've got a good career out of him. Liam Moore, still at Rangers, still regularly playing. As you know, he having a fee bandied about for about 8 million in real life, so good to know where we're in about him. Anthony Wordsworth, again, not the biggest names, but there were people that came in, done a job in Scotland, and they sold them on for profit, because that's really what you had to do. Paul Dummett was in. Pavel Kadlec, is that a new gen? New gen, but looks really promising. Transfer listed, probably a few mentals that aren't quite where you want them to be. Jan Tarao, Fabian Delphin loan. Oh my word, he looks absolutely dreadful. Walsall. Jesus, not a good career at all. Irvin Ongenda. Holy shit, he looks incredible technically. Maybe not great mentally, and that's probably affected him. I think he came in for just 5 games. Certainly shocked me. I thought he'd have been one of those ones that would have been really, really good. Ross McCormack on loan, 3 transfers of Alan Hutton, and then the rest of them you're kind of looking at Dusan Pernis, Mark McGoslin, not great players at all, Marcus Pedersen, poor. Some of my recruitment looking back here seems to be absolutely dreadful. I'm being perfectly honest. Money made for Stevie May. That was really it. Not a lot of profit made there, but definitely. I'm looking at that going, what the hell did I do? Because some of those signings, pathetic. Omar Salgado, so we brought him in from MLS. He was trash. Jack Collison, he was trash. It seems I'm not really giving folk a lot of chance, and I'm just punting them out again. It was something when I was younger I used to tend to do. You were in, if you weren't very good, you were straight back out. Stephen Davis and loan. John Fleck, did you ever reach your old FM potential? 5 games? Nope. Adnan Januzaj, still at Rangers. He's pretty decent technically. So there you go. Adnan was one of the few success stories you can see there. Pretty much a goal every 2 games, really. Good ratio for an attacking midfield. A very good ratio. Carlos Kameni was our goalkeeper. He's in the reserves now. Tom Haitley, Danny Rose, on loan from Inter. Well, that is certainly an interesting career. Let's have a look. So Sunderland, then he went to Monaco, then he went to Inter. We took him on loan, Celtic took him on loan, and now he's in the Championship with Ipswich. Tyler Harvey from Plymouth, Tom Kearney as well in there for 300k. I was always a big fan of Tom Kearney. It's good to see he's getting to the Premier League now because he was always someone I looked to recruit and bring in. And as you can see, obviously, I bought him to Brighton as well. In terms of outs, PI's on for 2 million. Now just a couple of poor sales. Let's have a look here. Just looking for real players. So Harry Maguire ended up coming back. So we sold him and brought him back on a free. Of course, the reputation's up, so more real players and more bigger names. So Alexander Butner came in. He's been sold on. Andres Pereira. Don't look like it really clicked on for Andres Pereira, but we brought him in. Ricardo Kirchner, of course, he was highly rated back in the day. Yet it doesn't seem like it really materialised for him in this particular save. Who else have we got? Right, that stands out. We had Abati on loan from Liverpool. Mohamed Diame, who's now out in Saudi Arabia. He was someone else we brought in. 10 games. Actually seems to have done alright. Sergio Ojo, Chukwuemeka, Connor Ripley. Granit Xhaka on loan from Manchester United, and now he's at Montpellier. So not the massive career, well, possibly. PSG, Man United, and then he's at Montpellier. No, I think he'd have took his chance at PSG. A lot smaller price in real life, but certainly an interesting career path for him. Of course, Bruma we brought in, and Jasper Cillessen. Robbie Brady leaving that season. And when I look at the team, I think to myself, it doesn't look as good as I thought it was going to be. You know what I mean? I thought this would be a Rangers team with a lot of good prospects and it would have been a really good team, but it looks horrible. This was my last season before I'd left. You can see there, whoever Oscar Shepherd is, are you a Nugent? Yep. Again, good potential, certainly someone that can do a turn for them in the future. Damari Gray, not the greatest then, but you know the potential was certainly there. That's the name that meant to do well. Sergei Samper, wanted someone to come in and just be the ball playing midfielder. Pretty decent. I say ball playing midfielder, probably best as a ball winner, but still. That's what you need. Mohamed Sacco was in. Luis Muriel was in loan as well. Carreze, Timothy Chandler. Cillessen was in a permanent transfer, so there you go. Barcelona in real life and Rangers in this. Lewis Holtby was another one. 29. Maybe dwindling down, but it was these big names that I wanted to try and take the club forward. Just looking here. Maxi Weiss there was okay. He's actually done quite well for them. I think I got him from Hamburg, I want to say. So yeah, Hamburg player. And then Claudio Marchisio on loan from Man United. In terms of outs, so they've made 5 million and 4 million of that was Chukwuemeka going to Sparta Prague. So that's interesting. What I want to see, if I can just click on my name, do we win much in this? So I won a League One, a League Cup in the first season with the Rangers, Championship, Premiership, another 2 Scottish and League Cups. So yeah, it was overall decent. So looks like we did win back-to-back leagues and then just started to go downhill. We shall be back very shortly with next save on FM14 in 2020. Let's see if we've got any others that last. this period of time. Second part then, strange one, ended up having a save at Perth Glory. No idea why, maybe the Steve McGarry factor would have been an interesting thing. I had a look there just over previous years, our fixtures down the line. It seems every year a semi-final defeat, so we lost first year to Melbourne Heart and the Hyundai Final Series semi-final. Next season, elimination final to the Wanderers FC. Following year to Adelaide United. It's literally 6 days after we beat them in the league. And yeah, it seems that's all I'd done in the A-League. So interesting that I'd done it. I'm intrigued to see some of my signings. I just want to look at the actual team. And it's just, there's a few maxi signings in there for sure. Like straight away, the fact that I'd brought Henry Annie in says a lot. Ex-Motherwell striker. He actually seems to have done quite well for us. So he'd had his time at Motherwell. He went to Viking. And then we bought him on a Bosman. And then, that's pretty consistent. What's that? 25 goals in 38 games. That's pretty good for the Estonian. Mustafa Amini was obviously Australian, but someone we'd saw from the Borussia Dortmund youth system, so that's why I'd recruited him, brought him on loan, and he seems to have done very good in that last season. I don't really think I had any other goal scorers, and I think that might have been a problem. Let me just see unavailable, so there might be someone there that could have been a goal scorer. Only people missing, Philip Twarzig, so that's another maxi signing, someone else with history in Scottish football, formerly of Celtic. Jamie McLaren, before he had made the move to Hibs, in real life, obviously at Darmstadt now. That's quite an interesting one. He wasn't very commonly used, but obviously don't expect that. Richard Garcia had a spell in English football, and he was someone I thought would be good, but was pretty damn average. Let's see what else we've got there. Seb Hines on loan. James Wesolowski. It's quite mad. Eric Partoley, I think, had a spell at, say, Gretna, and I think he surprised me by how good he was. Yeah, Gretna, Stirling and Morton. So yeah, someone we brought in that just really surprised everyone with how good he was. But what we'll check again, transfers as always, there's got to be some weird signings that I've brought to the MLS. But there you go. I brought Murray Wallace out, it's on MLS A-League, and we'd sold him back to Scotland to Hearts, but that's just showing you, just somebody like that is the kind of signings I'd been making. Let's have a look. Fraser Airden loan. Had Rory Fallon at one point, feed the rower. Barry Nicholson, Jesus Christ, that's something else. Ross Fordwood sold. Steve McGarry was there, so yeah. Shane Smelts, oh my word. I know he was already there, but that's crazy. Or was he, or did we bring him in? Well, that says it all. First season, Lee Griffiths on loan, and oh my word, Lee Griffiths retired at the age of 25? With him scoring 28 goals in 52 games, why did either we not bring him back, or why did nobody in Scotland take a punt? That's mad that he retired so early, but he retired at 30 as well. A lot of players just retired so easily when they couldn't get a club, but that's quite interesting. It's quite a short look at that team. As I say, it wasn't one I've got a lot of memories of, but yeah, pretty damn cool to see. So we'll go with that, and now we'll see what other saves are kicking about. So it turns out I really like managing in Scotland, apparently, because we have a Hearts save kicking about. Would like to refuse to remember this particular season because Motherwell get relegated, but it seems like we'd qualified for the best placed Champions League places. How did we do in previous seasons? Second, won the league actually in the second season, so that's a fourth place, and that fourth place was with a 15-point deduction as well that Hearts had. So I think this year they must have went down in real life, so we actually stayed up quite convincingly, and we would have been sitting in third place then. So that, followed by winning the league's quite remarkable, and then as I say, a second place and a second place again. So I'm assuming I've been here the whole time. Yep, that's fine. And some interesting signings. Adam Lafondra. Wow. So let's kick in, and yeah, let's look how wild this team was. We just sort them by position. So my goalkeeper was Sam Johnson. So again, pretty decent, Scottish football's level, Championship, League One type players we'd be looking at mostly. So yeah, it's pretty solid with that. He's a pretty solid goalkeeper. Came in last season, seems to have done the job particularly well. 20 clean sheets in 2 seasons. So look, it's just people I'm really recognise that are probably new. Mark O'Hara came in on loan for Southampton, so he obviously got his big move down south. In real life, he's just moved to Peterborough. So it seems like we'd kept it of mostly a British or Scottish core. Danny Wilson, I believe, would have been there, or did we bring him in from Liverpool? I'm going to say he would have been there. If I'm right in saying this being FM14, that would have been his first season. So it's like to him, Sean Hutchison, Elliot Hewitt we'd brought in. He was previously of Ipswich. He seems to have done a stellar job there. Nearly 60 appearances at right back. A couple of good attributes, nothing amazing, just does a job. Jamie Walker in there, Matty James. So, I mean, that's someone who has been very unfortunate with injuries, but again, good player, got him at a good wage, and on someone that, thrived at this level and that we could possibly sell on. Playing 23 games in the Championship before making the move to Scotland. Marcos Lopez, that's obviously the youngster that was at City. I'm not too sure where he's at just now. I think he's in France, but don't quote me on that. But yeah, he only came in 220k, and he's really just started playing this year, or last season, sorry. And yeah, had a loan spell at Aberdeen as well. Ryan Christie was in. How much do we pay for him? Look how young he looks compared to now. That's frightening. But he got a good potential. Didn't really play last season, 9 games. And we'd actually just signed him off Rangers, who'd bought him from Inverness. So that's quite cool to see that we'd already identified his potential. Florent Clovier, I don't think he really played much. He was someone I was a big fan of. I think he had a bad injury. And I think it's because he was so good for my Sheffield United team in the early stages that I felt like bringing him in here. And of course, that save is still to come. Davide Petrucci, we remember him, ex-Manchester United youth. I don't know where he's playing his trade these days. But yeah, steady. More as an assister than a goal scorer. But look at that, it doesn't seem like we scored many goals apart from Callum Patterson, so I must have played Patterson up front, despite his 9 finishing. But he's got his move in real life now. He's obviously at Cardiff in the Premier League. And Callum was always someone you could look to bring in. There you go. I think that's stats of someone playing up front. And of course, me being me, Michael Higdon was in with Will Keane. Again, so I always used to sign the same kind of players. Adam Afondra, and, interestingly enough, Jean-Christophe Bahibec weighed in. 10 assists on the wing, and he was a free transfer from PSG. So I think we've done pretty damn good recruiting him. I'm just going to see, because again, a couple of seasons in, there's always going to be some mad signings from me. Oh, there you go. Ryan Gold was in on loan. Again, he's never really kicked on, but he's at Norwich's under 21s. With Arjen Robben somehow on loan. How? That just doesn't make sense. But he played 1 game for a 1.4 million. I think I just went, I just have a big name signing. Evan Angenda came in. Was that where our goals came from? 17 and 30, so that makes sense. I think in this save we're actually looking to bring him back. There you go with Jordan Pickford. Apparently deemed not good enough for Hearts and released. Who would have thought that? John Lundstrom, who obviously is now playing at, I believe, he was at Oxford at one point. He may have moved on from then. I want to say he has, but I can't think where. Enzo Zidane in there. Let's see if there's anything else. Devente Rodman. Who else? Who was sold to make money? So Jason Hope went to Derby for $4.5 million. They sold him for 250k in real life. Jesus Christ, I'm seeing some of these names. I'm just scared. So I'm going to skip through just the first season. So Mehdi Lazar, cool. Nothing really happened in the first season then, that's cool. Pretty quiet. Steve McManus in, Cyrus Christie, Will Hayhurst, a couple of loans, Danny Potts, Baron Atajic, he was actually pretty damn decent, he just disappeared. Lewis McLeod, Ben Pearson obviously now at Preston, Bebe was in. Let's look at Bebe, how did he do for us? Pacey, that was about it. Again, not amazing, only played 12 times for us with 1 goal. That's cool to see. Ivan Klasnik, I think we signed, if I remember, Ivan Klasnik to just drag us over the line. And I think he done that with his 4 goals and 9. That makes sense. So we're panicking. But it just says again, Jesse Lingard on loan at Hearts. Now Huddersfield, certainly not going to be making the 2018 World Cup in this save, but Lingard came in 14 appearances and was pretty poor. Actually sold Dylan McGowan for a good 1.5 as well. And let's see last year, so who's one of the big loan signings or something that can really make folk think? Wellington Silva, we always remember used to play for Arsenal, so we brought him in, 5 goals in 20 games, deemed him not good enough and sold him to Rangers, 500k. Jesus Christ, we signed Joe Chalmers, what the hell was I thinking? Apart from that, Felipe Kiss from Cardiff, Barry Ferguson, Jesus Christ. Well, there's some mad signings here. I can definitely see why we didn't go on to win the league. Sam Winnell, again, never really get a chance. Conor McClaney, 15, 1 goal, 2 assists. So it does seem like we recruited in depth rather than quality. Zach Clough, did you do anything for us? 4 games at loan. Found his feet again in League 1, and that takes us, of course, to the season just there. So we'll leave it there for this particular episode. There's still plenty of saves to go through in FM14. I must have played a lot of this. So start to document a potential Dortmund save that I've seen located, the Sheffield United save, and interestingly, there was an FM challenge I'd done with a few other guys who at the time were either streamers or YouTubers with Sporting Lisbon or Sporting. So we'll kick on and look for that team because that was a very short save, but a very, very special one and one I always remember. Because, you know, it kept us all together. I know we're always talking about how 5 or 6 saves were the same team and the different ways we took that outfit. So just watching, guys, it's been much appreciated. Say, let us know how you found FM14 yourself. What players did you sign? All your memories. And as always, any comments, subs, and likes, etc. are deeply appreciated. And hopefully, I'll see some more FM14 content and some more Football Manager memories. So cheers for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. See you soon. Bye bye.